what is the difference between voyage and the time? When we are talking about time charter, we are talking about not freight, right?
Voyage charges. Yes.
When we are talking about time, we are talking about daily hire, correct?
Yes, yes.
Daily hire. But in the voyage charter, we are talking about freight rate. So today we will be talking about freight rate, and this one is very important for you because even if you are talking about containers, about any ocean freight, the freight terms are the same. They are very important. Then when we discuss, and we will be discussing the freight and how to sell the ocean service to the client, we should understand the freight terms. How can you quote the freight? Sometimes you hear about liner, free out, free in. Have you seen these expressions before? Sometimes we were talking about, yes, liner, free out, free in. We will explain all that. We will explain all that. You see, so before we go into freight terms, we have to understand some concepts. If you are loading a ship, for example, what are the expenses that we incur when the ship is loading cargo? Of course, we are facing cranes and the handling of the goods, labor, as you can see from here, the cranes, the labor wages, trucks, all these are the loading expenses. Clear?
Yes, doctor.
This point is clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay. The same you have in the discharging also. You will have discharging expenses. You have cranes, you have labor, you have port charges. Normally, the ship will load and discharge cargo. Whenever you load or discharge cargo, you have to incur some loading and discharging expenses. Like this, you see, crane, trucks. Now they are discharging here one container from a ship using crane, ship's gear or ship's crane to a truck. What is the kind of this container? Can you remember?
This is HQ.
Okay.
High cube. High cube.
And high cube and
Or
there is
I think it is reefer or what?
reefer. Great.
Reefer.
This is a reefer. Yeah, this is a reefer container. They are discharging reefer container. You can see the machine. It's a reefer unit. So now you will have what we call terminal handling charges. Terminal handling or discharging. See? Terminal handling. They call it in the freight term THC. We should understand very well
terminal handling charges.
Terminal handling, yeah. If you sell container, if you want to sell to make marketing, if you want to market the freight services that you are now intending to introduce into your company, now in the freight rate, you will find always this term, terminal handling charges. These are paid to the port or to the company who is doing the stevedoring.
Yes.
Yeah, so normally you should bear in mind that freight is not only the ocean freight. It's not only the ocean freight. You have always terminal handling or port charges which you pay in addition to the ocean freight. What is the ocean freight itself? It's the freight you pay to the ship, correct?
Yeah, the liner to the
The
liner.
liner,
Right.
yeah, to the liner. Now THC is paid to the port or to the stevedoring company. Uh, I will give you an example. Alexandria Port, for example, will inside the port, Alexandria Handling Company, which is doing the stevedoring, will charge you 100 US dollar per 20 and 160 US dollar per 40 full containers. Okay. The empty container is less. Empty container could be 50%. Maybe empty container could be 80 US dollar.
Mhm.
Container.
Is there any tariff card available, doctor, in each and every port for these
Yes,
charges, or it is
yes.
depend upon the customs?
No, there is a tariff. The man port should be issuing a tariff. Jeddah port, they should issue a
What
tariff.
is the source of what is the source and what is the way of getting that tariff directly?
You can get it from the port authority. You can ask the man port authority to provide you the tariff, or you may find it in the website. Sometimes they put it in the website. Sometimes you can
Yeah, here
send.
Mawani, here in Dammam Port, Mawani is doing. So if
Yeah,
you go to Mawani, you will find out.
good, good. So let's
Yeah.
get one. We need to get one, Mr. Mateen.
Yes.
We want to get a copy of from Mawani, copy
Yes.
of the port tariff, and if it is in PDF format, you can share with us. It will be a great source for us.
Yeah, yeah. I will try to take and share.
Yes, please, please. This is very important. Inside this port tariff, you will find the terminal handling, storage. Storage will be there also in the tariff. You will find the storage, how much you pay, because for each type of container and for each type of cargo, you will find the tariff. You can say, for example, in the man port, they will tell you storage per day. Or you remember the reefer we were talking about, they will tell you how much you pay every day for the reefer. What is the charges that we pay for the reefer? Can you figure out?
Actually, we have not moved any reefer container, but
I see.
normal container, there are 25 real and 30 real per day.
Okay. In reefer, you will find electricity charges,
Yeah.
electricity charges, because you plug in the reefers, you know. So you will find daily charges
Yeah.
for
For
supply.
reefer, I
Yeah.
have got the pricing for around 125 real per day for reefer.
Oh, electricity.
Yeah, electricity plus storage.
I see. 125 real.
125 Saudi Riyal.
Oh, I see. So it's like that, This is, terminal. This is our terminal costs, but it is not the terminal handling. This is the storage and electricity. So let's put this as a remark and remember to bring for us uh, the port tariff, and we study it together. It will be good for us, you know. It will be good for us to share it and we study it together, a PDF or something. We can share it and understand how it is going on in the port. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Now, for you remember we were talking about stevedoring, THC. You see, you have here,
Yeah.
for example, cranes. Cranes are moving uh, containers in the terminal, or these are cranes. These are shore cranes or ship crane from the picture. But this is our gantry cranes, gantry cranes, which are carrying containers from the terminal to the ship and from the ship to the terminal. So THC is all about these charges. Okay, now we will go to the most important part. What do we mean by free? Any freight rate for container or general cargo you will be talking about free and liner. When they said free, it means that the line do not pay, not included in the freight. When they say free, it means that the line will not be responsible for these charges. Free from the point of view of the ship owner or the carrier. This one is easy or complicated?
What I understood is free means that liner will only bring the cargo until the docking place. After that, everything has to be borne by the consignee or the shipper.
Yeah, the line, actually, Mr. Sunil, the line will not bring the container. You mean in the discharge or the loading? In the discharge?
Yeah, in the discharge.
In the discharge. In the
phase.
discharge. Yeah, in the discharge from on board the ship.
Origin.
No, from on board the ship. I mean, when the ship arrives, from on board the ship to the terminal. This is not for the line account. The line will only bring the vessel to the port. And then the discharge,
from the origin to the destination.
Yeah, and then the discharge is for the consignee account or the receiver account. Liner means that the line will bear the cost. You know, whenever they said liner, means that the cost will be borne by the line. These terms are used in container, in general cargo, in tankers, in everything. You have to go through this and understand it very well, because you will need it when you quote any freight rate in the ocean freight, whether container.
Where it will be mentioned, doctor? In the BL it is mentioned free or liner, or else where it is mentioned?
It will be mentioned in the bill of lading, but before that, the line will, when the line will give you the quotation, it will be fully described. They will tell you, for example, $1,000 free in, liner out, for example. It will be mentioned in the quotation, and when you agreed on that, it will be mentioned in the bill of lading. Okay, so then, yeah, let's take it step by step. Okay, now the line will tell you, for example, $1,000 free in. Free in means the line do not pay the loading charges. Free in, free in. It is not the responsibility of the line to bear the loading costs.
But they will load, but they will charge extra as per the actuals.
They will load, but and maybe also the line himself is not loading. There is a stevedoring company, okay, which is doing the
port handling.
Yeah, port handling. There is a company who is doing the load handling, and then this company will raise the invoice to the shipper, for example. Okay, if it is free in. Now, if it is free in, you don't have to ask the line to pay anything in the terminal handling or loading. Free in. It has nothing to do. He will only bring the ship to the berth, under the crane, under the gantry crane, or under the crane. Now, free in. Who in? In means loading. Who is responsible for the expenses in this case?
Consignee or the shipper?
Shipper, yeah, shipper in case of loading. It is the shipper.
Yeah, in case of loading, shipper, and in case of offloading, consignee.
Consignee, but this time we will not call it free in. We will call it free out.
That is for consignee. It is free out.
Free out. Now for the loading, it is free in for the shipper.
Free in. Okay.
You will find this in the bill of lading. You will find it in what you call shipping request, when you fill the shipping request, or when you ask the line to give you any quotation. Yeah. Of course, the liner in will be more expensive, you know.
Yeah.
Because the line will bear the cost. In line is not responsible for loading charges. It is for the shipper account. Free out. Now, free out, the line again is not responsible for the discharging cost. You see? Very easy. Free out. I am a ship owner. I have nothing to do with the THC or crane or labor or whatever. I am not responsible. I will bring the ship, and then the stevedoring company will discharge cargo or the container or general cargo, whatever. This applied for all kinds of freight. It is very important. Even if you are talking about air freight, you should understand very well. Free in, free out. What is free in? What is free out? Because you will find invoices coming, from the line or from the port. You will find the invoices are coming with the expenses. So we should understand who is responsible for what. Okay, free in and out.
FIO.
FIO, free in and out.
The same thing. That is separate. This is combined.
Yeah, the same. You see now here the shipper is responsible in the port of loading, and the consignee
Discharge.
or the receiver, cargo receiver, is responsible in the port of discharge. Free in and out. This is good for the line, they like very much to use this one because they don't want to go into invoices with stevedoring problems, and a lot of things could happen. So they prefer to give you like this, and then you pay in the port of load as a shipper, and as a consignee you pay in the port of discharge. For them it's easier, easier, free in and out. Okay. In free in and out, the line is not interfering with the stevedore. That is what we are saying here. Free expenses to the owner. It means free expenses to the owner. Free in and out. Okay, now sometimes they tell you FIOS, FIOS. You see, FIOS or FIOST. What is the meaning of that? S stand for stowage on board the ship. Okay, which means you are responsible for loading and also arranging labor on board to do, adjusting the goods and doing the lashing and adjusting everything on board. You have some labors for that. So the line is not responsible also. Is this point clear, my friends?
This will come into this break bulk loading or
break bulk? Yes, in the break bulk, not container, of course. Not container.
Yeah.
Now they will say in the charter party FIOS, which means free in and out, and stowage. S means stowage.
And trimming.
And the trimming we have seen
while the loading.
Yeah, while during the loading you have to adjust. Yeah, the height of the cargo. Yeah. You use some machine, you use some small forklifts and like that. Now if it is written like that, now the line he will tell you, okay, you bring the cargo. I am not responsible for the loading expenses. I am not responsible for the labor who are doing the stowage. I am not responsible for the labor who are doing the trimming. Yeah. And the equipment of the trimming, it is your responsibility as a shipper. Great. Clear like that? Free. This is called FIOST. FIOST. Free in and out, stowage and trimming. So this is again another explanation. Liner terms. When they say liner, it means liner in, liner out. Yes. Everything is liner. Everything is liner.
Yeah.
So they call it the liner term or gross term. Everything is on the line. Liner means everything is on the line account. Everything. Even
maybe Yeah, this term maybe they will use when there is a lot of slowdown in the business. At that time, this term will be used, I think, by the liner. They will offer this service.
They will offer this service, depending on the freight they want to collect. If they want to collect from you big freight, they will charge you a liner. Or if you are cargo receiver or shipper, but you don't want to involve, you don't know how to deal with the stevedoring, and you don't want to involve. You want the line to do everything. So you will tell the line, give me the freight on liner terms. I don't know how to deal with the stevedoring, or I don't want to pay. You do everything, you pay everything. So he will quote you the freight on liner terms. They call it liner terms. Or gross, when they say gross terms, means including everything, including uh, loading, stowage, equipment, everything. Free in.
But nowadays, liner is giving the same thing. I hope everybody is giving liner terms only.
Well, it depends. It depends, Mr. Sunil. It depends.
Because the competition is more,
Sometimes, they prefer.
now.
Yeah, competition is more,
To
but
just
also,
grab the customer's
yes,
attention
of
and grab the
course,
more
of course, there is
to
huge
attract.
competition. Yeah, there is huge competition, but again, it depends on also depends on the location. For example, some ports like Yemeni ports, everything is liner, you know, everything is liner. The consignees don't want to pay. Usually they don't pay anything. A shipper don't want to. In Egypt, it's the other side, the other extreme. Everything here is free out.
FIOs.
Yeah, everything is free out. They will tell you, okay, yeah, it depends. Depends upon the port. Depends upon the how the line is operating. The
No,
policy.
because
Okay, let's the line do it, and I will charge you. And here also in Egypt, we have all the time the price is going very high all the time. So they don't want to involve,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Let the line bring the ship, and then you discharge all that. I'm not sure how is the normal practice in the man. You can check also, or if you have any quotation from any line, uh, if you can find a quotation, can you send me this one? We are not sure if they prefer liner or free out in the man. We want to get.
Need to check. We have never gone through this term
Yes,
because we have not faced any such thing. But
yes,
now you, hence you have teached us. I will check this term.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
Okay, so this is a very nice graphic depicting and explaining everything. So you see, FIFO. What is FIFO?
Free in,
Free
free
in,
out.
free out.
Okay, so in FIFO, you see where is the responsibility of the line. You see, it is only from port to port.
Yes.
LIFO means
Line in, free out.
liner in, free out. So you see in the port of loading, there is involvement of the line.
The
The
line,
line,
yes.
yeah, line is involved here in LIFO. Okay, FILO.
Free in, liner out.
Yes, free in, liner out. So the line is responsible for the discharging in the port of discharge. Okay, LILO.
Liner in, liner out.
Liner in, liner out. Very good, Mr. Mate. So now the line is taking responsibility. You see the crane is for the line. The ship, the shipping freight, ocean freight is on the line. The discharging, the crane for discharge is on the line. Liner in, liner out. I hope you are comfortable with this because this is very important when you deal with any freight company or any line or any shipping request or quotation. And also you can check the bill of lading because now when I am as a ship agent, sometimes I receive bill of lading for discharging a ship and it is stamped liner out. So okay, I have as the shipping line, I have to arrange the stevedoring and pay for the stevedoring. I will not ask the consignee, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
if I am a shipping agent and I see on the face of the bill of lading liner in, okay, then I have also to arrange the loading, stevedoring, labor, and I will not ask the shipper to pay me. It is paid by the line. The line has already given the quotation, including the terminal handling. In the case of the containers, it is very simple, THC, the crane. But in the case of the general cargo, what do we have in addition?
We have in addition that trimming and other
Trimming,
things.
labor, and they bring
Yes.
special equipment. Like, when they load, they bring
Yes.
something like wires,
Yes. Yes.
all this.
Cranes.
Yeah, all these extra expenses, forklifts. There is something called net. Net is like like a net you put inside some
Yeah. Net
cartons. Yeah,
for
net
bags.
for bells. Yeah, and everything now is for the shipper. If I mean everything for the line, if it is liner out, this is very important. You have to check the bill of lading very well. You have to check the quotation from line very well because it will change the amount of freight extremely between liner and free.